A length behind them was Taz. Transatlantic now pulling clear, asserting his superiority. Heavily back to Too Good. Transatlantic first.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Final Gallop, episode 393, proudly supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. It is Derby Day on Saturday, feature day of the Queensland Racing Carnival. Shortly we'll preview our possible 10 runners accepted for the race meeting, including Transatlantic, who's behind us in the Group 1 Kingsford Smith Cup. Tony, good morning. The Kingsford Smith is a race that brought you one of the most exciting Group 1 winners with Vega One when he jumped out the ground at 2021. So it'd be great to get a similar kind of result there on Saturday.
Yeah, good morning, Matt. Good morning, everyone. He jumped out of the ground and knocked off Jonker, stablemate, so we quinelled it. This race, historically used to be the Doomben 10,000. Back when we had the BDC Cup 1200, then onto the 10,000, which was 1350, and then we revamped it with the new Eagle Farm change-up. It's found a good spot now. I think going to Eagle Farm part of the carnival, as we flow on now, we'll see those horses that have raced either around Doomben that are looking for this bigger track. So, yeah, exciting 3 weeks of racing. Derby Day, it's one of the better days in each jurisdiction, and definitely up here. So everyone in their black and white, it'll be a very good day's racing. Obviously, we've got a lot of rain about, but it'll be a cool day's racing. Definitely.
Now, it's been a busy week for the stable, highlighted by Zufani winning down there on the Gold Coast last Friday night. And then through Saturday, we also had a very fun morning here on Sunday morning at the Eagle Farm with the open day down here as well.
Yeah, it was. A lot of people turned out here on Sunday, and geez, we were lucky with the weather. It got ordinary in the afternoon, so it was really good. It was a good morning. We don't have them all too often, those sort of days, so it was great to see the amount of people that turned up. You're a star. The sausage sizzle. He's a good man on a barbecue, this one. I'll actually probably rent him out to any viewers out there. If you want someone to do a barbecue, I'd rent him out. Obviously, I'll get the proceeds.
Of course.
He will do the work.
Well, master and apprentice here. Yeah, there we go. And just on the back end of the open day, thank you to everyone who did come down and RSVP. We did have a number of prizes for those who came down. So I'll just quickly run through those, and Andrew will be in touch with you after this show as well. So for the $500 training voucher, congratulations to Hayden Wessels. The table in the Doomben 10,000 room is the Boys on Tour group number 4. The Crib Island prize was won by Blaine Pitts. The Catalina voucher was won by Mick and Tracy Bonus, and the Apron restaurant voucher was won by Big Carl. So Andrew will be in touch with all of you. Congratulations there, and thank you for coming down. And just before we move on to our preview, we'll just touch on our latest promotion as well with the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group, the winner of our latest promotion, which was a $200 voucher at the Catalina restaurant at the Novotel Brisbane Airport. Tony, the winner of this week's voucher is, congratulations
to Debbie Briber. Look, I may have got that last pronunciation right or wrong, so if I've got it wrong, please give me some grace. But well done, Debbie. You'll really enjoy that prize.
Congratulations, Debbie. And someone from the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group will be in touch with you. Now we'll get stuck into our preview of our runners for Queensland Derby Day at Eagle Farm on Saturday. The rail is in the true position. The track, most recent rating is a soft 5. We do have showers ahead today. Hopefully some sunny weather tomorrow and into Saturday. How do you think that track will play depending on this weather?
I'll tell you it won't be right now. It's a soft 5, that's for sure. It was 40 mil yesterday. More showers this morning, there's more rain today. So we won't really know the extent of this until we get closer. The good thing I will say about this track, because we've had so much heavy rain, particularly yesterday afternoon, early last night, that does penetrate through the profile really, really well. We were fortunate to gallop on this track last Wednesday, so not Wednesday gone, the one before, after we had that 130 mil. And it galloped really good. It galloped like a 7 to an 8 off all that rain. So I'd be really confident. We worked on it Tuesday morning this week and it was magic. Beautiful. I think I'd be really confident if this rain goes away on Friday and we also get a nice clear day Saturday, that this track will race a lot better than any other track in the southeast. And I'd be looking at probably soft. Mm-hmm. I know that seems remarkable if we look at how we are here at the moment weather-wise, but I'll be looking at in the soft range. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what part of it.
We'll get stuck into race 1. It is the benchmark 85 handicap over 1,400 metres. We'll have up to 3 runners in this race. First of those we'll preview is Warby. We'll carry 59.5 kilos after Corey Sutherland's 2 kilo claim. Drawn barrier 17. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $41 for the win, $8.50 for the place. He's second up for his campaign out to the 1,400, which will suit, and back to a big track. He was doing his best work through the line first up, and he's up to this grade, and he should appreciate getting up to 1,400 there.
Yeah, he will. He's over the odds in the market, 60 to 1, but the barriers are not helpful to him. I thought he was good late at the Gold Coast. You know, for a horse that doesn't love that sort of tight circuit or that venue, I thought he was good late through the line. Corey had a sit on him that day. I think I'd expect him to jump better. But the wide draw is a concern, but he'll be running on really well, this horse. He's probably still just short of where he needs to be yet, and he's better when we get, you know, on the better side of soft to good sort of ground. But look, he'll race well, but over the odds at 60s, but probably don't see him winning.
And the next horse we'll preview is Sunset Dreaming. Will carry 58 kilos with Mark Zara on board and drawn barrier 4. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $15 for the win, $4.20 for the place. We do have her in the listed mares race later in the card. She is emergency there, but if she doesn't run in that, she's a good chance here. Third up at this trip. She's raced well at Eagle Farm. Bit disappointing there last start, but should appreciate getting back to Eagle Farm here. Nice big track.
The tongue tie going on is a key gear change. We saw it yesterday with Woot Woot on the Wednesday. Went awful first up and just didn't control her breathing well. Put the tongue tie on, look at the result yesterday. This horse will be very similar. She's had it on, had it off. She adapts to it really well in work. I think it's a key gear change for her. Zara on board is going to get a nice enough sort of run and be there to be strong late. I think she's better placed in this grade than the mares race for sure, but she's definitely there to run well.
And the third of our runners we'll preview is Daggers. Will carry 58 kilos with Tommy Berry on board, drawn barrier 16. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $3.50 for the win, $1.70 for the place. He's in good form this preparation as he progresses through his grades. Really good winner all the way in front last start at the Gold Coast. Tommy Berry was on there, and although drawn tricky here, does look to lack a bit of tempo this race.
Yeah, he'll be your leader. He'll roll up on speed. He's got 5 furlong speed, you know, particularly if you let him roll, which we were keen to do the other day. The ground's my only concern with him. He wants it drier rather than wetter. I know his soft track form says that he's adapting it, which he's okay in it. He'll run really well. I'd love to see this track definitely not get into the heavy range. If it can stay soft and race soft, he can run really, really well. He probably goes on top, but I think Sunset Dreaming is a big improvement with the tongue tie.
Now we'll move on to race 2. It is a benchmark 85 handicap over 1,000 metres. We'll have up to the 2 runners in this race. First of those we'll preview is Bossed Up. Will carry 59 kilos. Mark Zara on board and drawn barrier 4. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $9 for the win, $2.70 for the place. He's first up for his winter campaign, coming off a nice trial win over the 840 metres a few weeks ago. He's got a really good first up record and loves his track and trip and certainly enjoys cutting out the ground as well.
Yeah, track and trip's his friend. He's in great shape. He'll enjoy this, the horse. He's obviously $10 in the market. It's a very good race. You can tell the Carnival's well and truly on because it's a good race. This, you know, this would be like a flying in, a month or so's time. So he's in good order. He'll run well. Loves Eagle Farm. He's going to get a beautiful run from barrier 4. He wouldn't be all that far away. He'd be sort of midfield behind what looks to be a good speed and very adept in the ground. So he's a very good each way chance.
And the second runner we'll preview is Arisphere. Will carry 54 kilos, Ben Thompson on board and drawn barrier 9. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $51 for the win, $8.50 for the place. She was improved last start, second up, and she was strong second over this trip at the Sunshine Coast. She's got a good track and trip record here, but up in grade and barrier does make it a little bit tricky.
The race is too strong. The gate's no good, and she prefers drier than wetter ground. So we'll save her for another day. She's going to be a horse as soon as this carnival ends. You'll see her in town on a Saturday racing really well. So I've just got to bide my time a bit with her. So she won't run.
We'll move on to race 4. It is the Group 2 size produce stakes for the 2-year-olds over 1,400 metres. We'll have Martist in this race this year. Will carry 57 kilos. Mark Zara on board and drawn barrier 4. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $9 for the win, $3.10 for the place. He's a promising trapeze artist colt who's a flashing light run last start in the over 1,200 metres. Mark's had the benefit of the ride on him and should appreciate getting up to 1,400 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And the wet ground's no concern for him. Low draw is a big plus. He went right back off the wide draw the other day, but I don't think that bothered him too much. I think he enjoyed really finding his feet in the run, and I don't think he'll be back as far, particularly in a big field like this. It's a capacity field, as it should be. The race is for $1 million, and it's a hard race to assess, I guess, form-wise, because they're coming from everywhere. There are all sorts of form lines here. You've got the Ken Russell, you've got the Spirit of Boom, then you've got the horses coming from the Southern form, interstate form. So it's a hard race to assess. I think he opened up over the odds. He's into $8 now. I actually probably think he's a slightly better chance than that. I think Eagle Farm's his track. Zara's definitely his rider, and the low draw has him just getting a lovely run around about that third pair, something like that. Just nice and travelling nice and comfortable in himself, and he'll eat the ground up. He wants this trip and out to the mile. I think he's an outstanding chance in the race, but for me to say he's better than something else coming from another form line, look, I just don't know. I don't know those horses, but I know this horse is in really good order. He's there to run a race.
We'll move on to race 6. It is a Group 3 Fred Best Classic for 3-year-olds over 1,400 metres. If we get to run, he's a third emergency at the moment, but it is Spanish Treasure. Will carry 57 kilos and will finalise a jockey. He is drawn barrier 21 as well. Earlier was a Ladbroke, $71 for the win, $14 for the place. He was third in the Daybreak Lover at this track and trip before a respectable run last out in the Guineas. Back to 1,400 here, but doesn't look likely he'll get a run there.
Yeah, I'm not loving it from the wide draw. Very good race. Probably think he's probably better to even not run, even if we do get a run off that wide draw. Let's just leave him. He's raced well all prep, this horse, and no point going around for the sake of it. I think the Cooney at Ipswich, 1350, is ideal for him, Ipswich Cup Day. So I'll talk to his connections later on, and I'll probably be indicating that even if we get a start with scratch when we go to Ipswich, we trial next week, go to Ipswich.
We'll move on to race 8. It is the Group 1 Kingsford Smith Cup over 1,300 metres. As we mentioned earlier, Vega One won this race back in 2021 for the stable. For this year's edition, we'll have Transatlantic, who is behind us enjoying his breakfast. We'll carry 59 kilos, Ryan Maloney on board and drawn barrier 5. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $15 for the win, $4.60 for the place. He's second up here on Saturday. Very impressive fourth in the Victory Stakes over 1,200 metres. Had a good tick over trial and a really good second up record. Should enjoy any cut out of the ground as well.
Oh, he was great in the Victory. I mean, when they dashed, he got left a bit flat-footed. Then he was great through the line. We know how much this horse improves second up. It's just his record's there to be seen. His first up record's awful. So his first up run was brilliant. He's improved out of sight. We didn't have a jump out or trial in between just due to the weather, but we're able to go there. He worked very well at Doomben last Saturday when a nice track gallop we gave him between races. He ticked over beautifully Tuesday. I cannot fault his preparation. He looks to be the horse that'll be up on speed, and to be honest, I wouldn't care if he led. He's a good, strong horse at 1,300, obviously out to a mile, 1,800. So I'd be more than happy to take this race by the scruff of the neck. He loves the wet. Cutting the ground's his friend, and he's a quality horse. He hasn't done it at weight for age yet, and there are a few in here that are genuine weight for age horses. But look, I think he's at home on his home deck. I'd be happy to ride him quite bravely. He'll improve off this into the Stradbroke, but this is very achievable.
Now we'll move on to the last race on the card. It is race 9, the listed Helen Coghlan Stakes over 1,200 metres. Won this race previously with Shalwa and more recently Comrade Rosa. In this year's edition we'll have up to 3 runners. First of those we'll preview is Giggles. We'll carry 55.5 kilos with Ben Thompson on board and drawn barrier 16. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $46 for the win, $10 for the place. She won first up, just tired late in the Bright Shadow last start there. Loves his track and trip and will enjoy any give out the track as well.
I might have had her a bit fresh into the Bright Shadow, might be a bit of trainer error there. She jumped really quickly. I didn't expect her to lead. I thought we'd get a bit of cover between 1,100, but she was just going a little bit keen within herself. So she's done really well a fortnight into this. She loves Eagle Farm. This is by far her best track. So I wouldn't care if I'm right there this week. I've drawn wide, won't be a big deal. I wouldn't think that the wide draw for her, she can step out the gates quite quick and put herself in a forward spot. She'll race forward, whether it's leading or in the first couple of pairs. And a big improver at 1,200, particularly here. She just loves this track. You see her come up the corner, she'll have plenty to offer. She's third up, really fit, very adept on wet ground. Can really run a race here.
The second runner we'll preview is Sunset Dreaming. She's currently third emergency, a couple of scratchings already, so she may get in the race here. If she does, CJ Graham will ride and carry 55.5 kilos. She's drawn barrier 7. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $51 for the win, $11 for the place. As I mentioned earlier, she was good first up for third. A little bit disappointing there last start in the Silk Stocking, but she's going better than that, and as we mentioned earlier, she loves this track as well.
Yeah, I think possibly better placed in the benchmark. I'll talk to the team there for Trilogy later on today, but I think probably better placed in the benchmark. She hasn't even going to start here anyway.
And we'll just touch on Savagery Vibe. She is 5th emergency as well, probably unlikely to get a run. If she does, Daniel Moore will ride, will carry 55.5 kilos, drawn barrier 4. Early odds at Ladbrokes are $35 for the win, $8.50 for the place. She's going super, but just unfortunately looks unlikely to gain a start in this race.
Yeah, got the right draw, loves Eagle Farm, wet ground's no problem. Should have finished much closer the other day in the 1,100. This is definitely more her go, big track. She's not well suited under the conditions of this race if she does get a run, but she's good enough to be there in my opinion. So we'll just see how the day unfolds for her.
Now, Tony, we will move on to the final furlong of the Final Gallop on Derby Day at Eagle Farm this Saturday. Who's your best winning chance there on the card?
Martist.
Martist, very good. And each way?
Transatlantic.
Beautiful.
Picked
Lovely
two easy
little double
races,
there.
didn't we? Nice $1 million Group 2 and a Group 1. So they're my best chances. I think they're both outstanding chances. I'm definitely not. Neither of those two are there to make up the numbers or going in hoping we go well. I'm confident both horses are going great. And they're right up to their ears in both races.
Very good. And we'll just touch on the provincials as well. Unfortunately, there is a bit of weather around. We may have a few go out to Ipswich, possibly a couple at Toowoomba, but it will be tricky to assess those provincials. Anything for
I think we'll stay away from provincials. I think Toowoomba will stick away from Ipswich. Who knows what sort of track we're going to get there, unfortunately. So I'd probably wait for ours for next Wednesday, Thursday. We'll have quite a volume of runners between those two meetings on what looks to be eight good days of weather post this rain event. So I think we'll leave the provincials alone.
And just in track work this week, we had a couple go out in the course proper on Tuesday as well. It was a good morning of track work there. Anything that stood out to your eye?
Two horses I mentioned, I think, really pleased with them.
Yep.
Particularly Transatlantic. He just couldn't be going any better. Very fit, very healthy. He's in great shape.
Very good. And now we'll head over to Cav's Corner for this week, proudly supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. No joy for him last week with either leg, but you can't keep a good man down for too long. So let's head over to Cav's Corner for this week and see what his little multi is for the team.
Welcome to Cav's Corner for this week. This week, Eagle Farm. I'm going to go bossed up a place into Martist a place. Good punting, guys.
So Tony, Cav has gone bossed up a place into Martist a place. So nice and early. Place. What are your thoughts on this?
That's his best formula. The
Yep.
place formula is Cav's best formula. He goes away from it. He'll probably get it this week, and next week he'll have win-win. I don't follow that logic, but place is his best. Statistically, over the time, that would be his greatest return, if there is any return.
So good luck to anyone still following him there. Tony, a big day on Derby Day this Saturday. Hopefully the weather can play its part. Plenty of good value there and a couple of really good chances in the feature races on the day. Should be a good day's racing.
Yeah, it'll be a great day's racing. I mean, you've got pretty good sized fields all day. I mean, look at this Kingsford Smith. You got capacity field with emergencies. You know, very unusual weight for age races to be like this. It's like a weight for age version of the Stradbroke Handicap. So it's pretty cool. It's really found its niche, this race now in the calendar, and it's a hell of a race. So yeah, it'll be a really good day's racing. This rain's meant to be gone. Get your black and white on, get out to Eagle Farm and enjoy the first day of the Eagle Farm part of this carnival.
Sounds like a plan. Good luck, punters. Cheers.